In this section, we're going to talk about the path to purchase when it comes to modern off-trade, or basically modern retailers, supermarkets, etc. But before we do that, we're going to just touch upon and recall a few of the topics we went through before. So when we talk about the off-trade channels, we're basically talking about hypermarkets, which is something like Walmart, Tesco, supermarkets, Rewe and Coop, for instance, convenience stores, which are smaller stores, 7-Eleven, Circle K, 99 Speed Mart. We will also talk about discounts, which are something like Lidl, Aldi. We can also talk about liquor stores, which are more specific stores that only sell alcohol. And then there's the cash and carry, which are the trade-led cash and carry wholesalers, for instance, like Metro. So just to recall these off-trade channels when we talk about the modern off-trade. Again, there is another topic we also have to just recall, so it's on top of our mind when we talk about the path to purchase. Because what is the path to purchase when we look on a modern off-trade? So again, just recalling it, it kind of looks like this. We have the awareness stage, then we have the consideration, then we're going into the intent to purchase, and then we are entering the store. So here we have the retail selection, the search for the product. So imagine here again that you are a shopper, and then you are going to be tempted to purchase, and then you're actually doing the purchase. You're consuming or evaluating it. You're repeating purchase, and the most loyal customers, they will become loyal to your brand. So again, this is usually prior to the store, this is usually in the store or e-commerce store, and then this is usually at home, but also on premise if we talk about bars, restaurant, for instance. But here we talk about the modern retail and off-trade, so it will be usually at home or somewhere else where you bought the product. So really understanding the journey a shopper or consumer goes through on their path to purchase of buying a product is also a helpful way to tailor marketing efforts and spending for the greatest impact. And this is what this chapter is really about for the path to purchase. How do we ensure that all the spending that we're doing on marketing really hits the different elements and ensures that the shopper picks our products? But now we will go into the actual model of how this looks. So this will be the actual path to purchase in modern retail, so a modern off-trade retail supermarkets. So here the key takeaway is that there are a number of points along the path to purchase where we can lose the shopper. So it's important to understand where this is happening and how it affects what types of POS we execute. So really here again, imagine that you are a shopper. First, what happens is that there will be a need. There will be some kind of occasion or demand space where the shopper will need to buy something for an occasion. And then there is the mission. So how do the shopper behave? Where do they go, etc.? And what is the reason that they are going? And then once they know that, they will also decide what channel to go to. So where do I go to purchase? And this is now when we enter the store, or actually when we have the real path to purchase, where this is coming in. So really, the first step is really the pre-store or the approaching the store, which is called the 0 point here. So what you can do here and what the objective of the POSM should be is really to drive traffic into the store and make shoppers aware of where to buy, physical or digital. So this can also be some kind of marketing that lets you know that in this store, for instance, you can get this product or brand. Then you are entering the store as a shopper. The objective from a brand or a supplier perspective should really be to tell the shoppers we are in the store and available. It is not really a place for offers, but should highlight the products and brands that is available in here. So it's very simple messaging, for instance, with mainly imagery or using images rather than having a lot of text here, because this is again shoppers coming into the store and they are not really necessarily focused on a lot of text, but more like, okay, I see a picture of this brand that I know, I can get that in here, I just need to find it. And then we enter navigate the store, which is the second point here. So navigating the store is really about how the shoppers walk around the stores and how they navigate to the different aisles, etc. Here you should really help the shoppers to find the category by directional signage or by placing with complementary categories. For instance, if you're placing a product next to something that it goes well with, for instance, Baileys and coffee goes well together, so you could place that next to each other. Or it can be like signs that shows the spirit section is this way, for instance. Then we are at the number 3 and the third step in the path to purchase, So as a shopper, you will also, when you came to the right aisle, you will also browse the store and browse the aisles. So what kind of POS should you use here? You should really help the shoppers to find the subcategory and brand they want. So for instance, it could be within the beer aisle, for instance, you would know that there are Pilsners, there are Lagers, there are IPAs, there are sour beers, etc., etc. But by helping the shoppers to browse and find the right subcategory that they're looking for, you would also make it easier for the shoppers to pick the right products that they need, instead of just walking away because they maybe thought they didn't find the products that they needed. So you can really help by narrowing down the choices to products to compare, and introduce new products also linked to the type and taste, for instance. Then we are at the select stage. So now the shopper have found the right aisle and now also the right space in the category. So here the shopper is about to select the products that they want. The POSM that you can use here in the select space is to dial up specifics of products, including the taste and the price, the offers maybe, and visual references to the occasion, to make sure that the shoppers know and feel like there's an emotional connection to the brand. So like, oh yeah, this is the occasion. For instance, Coca-Cola is very good at this by always having these kind of family-oriented images on the pack and on the products and displays that they're using to entice and create an emotional connection with the shoppers. And then they've selected the product or the brand, and then they go into the purchasing stage. So the purchasing stage here is really to use the tactical POS at the cashier to prompt kind of lost sales, maybe if you lost the shoppers on the way, but make sure the POS is placed with the product, of course. The last step of the path to purchase when it comes to the modern off-trade and retail or supermarkets is this kind of experience and sharing stage. So this is also a very, very important aspect, because if the shoppers had a great experience with the products, they will maybe share the experience on the word to mouth, or create an online review if your product is for this kind of area, and basically just sharing that whole experience. So again, if they had a good experience throughout this whole path to purchase, they might, as we saw before, go up each step in the brand pyramid that we saw before. And then in the end, hopefully, if you have managed to create an emotional connection and a great experience, they might become loyal customers in the end. So this is how the model and the path to purchase in modern off-trade looks like, and what kind of steps and thoughts a shopper goes through when they have to buy a product or brand.